Welcome to the next episode of Rubber City Conspiracy with your host, Joseph Zip Noory.
Marbles. Innocent children's toy? Fun games? Or murder? This week we're going to talk about something that has been covered up for well over a century. Come with me and explore the Great Marble Uprising of 1904. Our story begins in the founding of Akron itself, long ago. Akron, Ohio, located along the Cuyahoga River, was once inhabited only by Indians. The area was undiscovered by others until the great explorers Lewis and Clark were led here by their Indian guide. It is here that Lewis and Clark first encountered the Marble Hose, a rare race of limbless and featureless Indians. The Marble Hose were enslaved and forced into building what would become the prosperous city of Akron. Fast forward the turn of the 20th century, Akron is now a thriving and industrious town. But there is a dark side. And how does Akron thrive? Secretly enforced marble labor. The descendants of the once proud tribe now do not see the light of day, stuck forever in the darkness of the Akron factories. The factories were dark and terrible places, not fit for any man or marble. The marbles were viciously forced to work the machines in order to continuously pump out many of the products created in Akron. After years of brutal enslavement, the marbles could stand no more. They knew it was time to fight for their freedom against the great factory overlords. The marbles were now loose and terrorizing the good people of Akron and all that crossed their path. The police could not contain the force of their uprising and ran away in fear, leaving Akron defenseless. The residents of Akron were filled with fear and terror. But help was on the way. Goodyear had created a new airship that could be used to look down upon the uprising. Led by the General Johann Bon Jovius, the intelligence gathered from their overhead surveillance allowed them to put a plan in action. They needed troops and needed them now. They called upon their reserves from across the globe to quell the marble uprising. The unified forces, after much struggle, were able to push the marbles back to their factories, trapping them within the very walls of their former prison. It was decided that imprisoning them was not enough. More drastic measures had to be taken. The explosion ripped through the factories, fires destroying the last remnants of the once great marble hose. In the days that followed, the children flocked to the smoldering remains in search of souvenirs of this great event. And what were these souvenirs? The very carcasses of the marbles themselves. On the day of the parade, it was decided amongst all the citizens that no one should ever speak of this dreadful event in Akron's history. So many dead, so many secrets buried.
Do you know what you can't bury? The truth. What do you have to say about this, Akron? What do you have to say about this?
That concludes another episode of Rubber City Conspiracies. Join us next time as we explore the history of the soapbox derby, fun childhood sport, or alien cover-up.